Marilyn Cotterman, another one of our favorite regulars that joins us. She's asking, Rachel and Greg, do you add to the principal pay down yourself from your cash flow or save for the next home to buy or future expenses?
Oh, go ahead, Greg.
Well,
you go. Oh,
okay, I'll jump in there. So that is a great question. A lot of times investors ask us this question. You know, what I do is I set up my loans to be 30-year loans because they're low interest and 30-year loans. To me, that increases not just my positive cash flow, but it also gives me options. And so rather than forcing myself to always pay more principal down, which would be a 15-year note, my personal opinion with my business partners, the best thing for us to do is to borrow that money at really low rates for as long as possible. But that doesn't mean that we don't make additional principal payments. We actually plan out each year how much of additional principal we're going to be paying back based on the profits that we have in the business. And because our overall goal is to get our debt down to a lower level than we originally had. You know, I do believe in debt, and holding on to smart, inexpensive debt is incredibly powerful. So I don't want to pay it all off. But I don't always want it to be at 75% of my loan to value. You know, I want it to come down to 50% or 55% or so. So that's what we do to basically kind of, you know, continually build up that equity for us, which is a conservative move. And so, yes, to answer your question, I get 30-year loans and I make specific strategic contributions to the principal paydown.
Okay, that's cool. That's good to know. So we do something a little bit different. I guess the way I look at it is, what are your financial goals with the rental property? Are you looking for passive income and as much cash flow as possible? Or are you looking for building up wealth long-term by having equity? For me, it's all about passive income all the time. So I don't make any extra payments to pay my principal down. Like Greg, most of my properties are on 25 or 30-year loans. And when we first bought them, we put 20 to 25% down on every single property. So I'm comfortable from a debt to equity position. I feel pretty comfortable with that. But yeah, I don't make any extra payments just because I want to maximize my cash flow right now as much as possible. But that'll be different for everybody, just depending on what your goals are.
One other thing to add there, you know, when you give yourself the flexibility of taking out 30-year loans, you can strategically choose which debt you want to pay down as well. So you give yourself more options. What a lot of investors will do, it's called the cascading effect or the waterfall effect. We get all this passive income. Maybe it's $500 or $1,000 a month of passive income through the different properties. Well, if we really want to attack one mortgage, that's much better to do than just kind of spreading it around, right? You might be able to attack one mortgage and get that thing paid off completely much quicker. And then that opens up more cash flow for you to enjoy and do other things. So that's why we give ourselves a little bit more options. And I think, Rachel, your strategy is spot on as well.
Yeah, no, that's really smart. If you're going to pay it down, I would do the same thing. Pay off one at a time so that you can free up that extra cash flow. Super smart.
All right, that was super educational. That was my favorite moment of this whole thing.
There's always one moment where Pablo just looks and he's like, "Wow, that was a cool nugget. That was awesome." I think we just had it.